Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Tide Hunter.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Magi!
Radiant team pick.
Enchantress.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Oracle.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Nirana. Radiant team pick.
Okay, we are into fourth pick, and we see the draft shaping up very nicely. It's very obvious that GG
5 seconds remaining.
builds their lineup around the Tidehunter.
Reserve
Well,
time.
actually I wouldn't say they build it around the Tidehunter, but
10
that
seconds
Tidehunter
remaining.
is one of their core picks. In almost every game that they can get Tidehunter, they will get it.
Dire team pick.
And FourZeroZone have respect banned out the Drow. Otherwise, the bans for GG have been
10
more or less
seconds
the same, whereas FourZeroZone has changed
5
up
seconds remaining.
a little bit. Instead of
Reserve
first ban
time.
Darkseer, they've chosen to respect ban the Drow. Ogre Magi, Enchantress, Juggernaut, AA. So it does look like Enchantress is gonna be one of the cores. And we're gonna have Ogre and Megai. Ogre and Megai. Oh my goodness, my brain. We're gonna have Ogre and AA on the two supports.
Radiant team ban.
GRILLS Gaming picks a Life Stealer fourth. So we have at least 2 cores out for them.
10 seconds remaining.
Mirana probably
5
gonna be
seconds
playing
remaining.
mid. So I guess there's 3 cores.
5 seconds
And
remaining.
we're waiting on the last bans. Winter's Wyvern
Dire team ban.
banned out by FourZeroZone. Let's see what GG does.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
They should be thinking of all the cores that FourZeroZone is gonna play, which is likely the mid laner. I'm guessing. GG still thinking about the last ban with 10 seconds on the clock.
10 seconds.
They've decided to get rid of the TA, which gave them so much trouble the last game. And now they get to pick their last. I'm guessing it's
10
another
seconds
support,
remaining.
which can combo with the Oracle.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Another carrier for the Life Stealer wouldn't be a bad idea as well,
5
but
seconds remaining.
Mirana can carry a Life Stealer quite well. So I guess Mirana's gonna be the support, and we're gonna get another carry for the Life Stealer. Carry meaning vessel, not farmer. And last pick for
10
FourZeroZone.
seconds remaining.
Let's see what call they're gonna take.
5 seconds remaining.
I think it should be for the mid,
Reserve time.
and it's at OD. So I'm not really sure which draft of these two I really prefer, but I'm leaning towards
10
the GG
seconds
draft.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
But Junk as well as OD are gonna be hard to fight late game, and Enchantress can deal a lot of damage as well. So the captain is in the washroom, and they're gonna wait for her to come back before they resume and pick the hero. So first game, GG won the game. Pretty convincingly, I might say. With their Drow and VS combo. Second game, Drow was first banned by FourZeroZone. So we are seeing a different strategy here right now. We have an early smoke and a TP right out down the middle. Just making sure they manage to get the early visibility, which is so important.
Very well.
So game's resumed, shots fired. But still the early smoke managing to get that ward planted out early. So yes, it is basic courtesy to check with your opponent and see whether they're ready to resume the game. But I guess, you know, sometimes when you play pubs and you get used to just spamming F9. So I don't think there's gonna be any contesting of the runes. It's gonna go to GG top and FourZeroZone
The
bottom.
battle begins.
I was meant to have this.
We see this nice bit of teamwork here. The Mirana just comes in from the back, helping Tinker block up the creep wave so that it lands nicely right here on the cliff. And this sentry ward, just to check whether there are any ops on the hill, just misses by a little bit. I don't know what is this error, but you know. An Astral. First spell for the OD. In the top lane, Oracle, Lifestealer, and Potem make their way top against Olga and Enchantress. So both sides have sufficient healing to keep each other, keep people alive. So unless you manage to burst them down, I don't think we're gonna see that much action top. And in the bottom lane, we have the Tidehunter against the AA and the Jug, and Tidehunter has just made it to level 2. So Untouchable as well as Ogre's Bloodlust means that neither side can do very much other than try and take some EXP. And this is very weird. I'm seeing a moving error box.
Middle is missing.
With the Oracle moving in, but the ward will definitely spot both of them out. They know, and by now they should have guessed that, hey, these people have sight. There's no reason why they would back off. But unfortunately, neither support has sentries. Oh, they just bought it, but it's gonna take a while before it gets here. And the combo not managing to land very well. So just now they couldn't decide which one to stun. Oracle stunned one target and then the Potent went for the other. And in this engage, the timing was just a bit wrong. And this ward is just out of range. They are not gonna be able to spot it. But I think they do guess. That it's further down and they do manage to get rid of it. Meanwhile in the bottom lane, level 2 and level 3 on the AA and the Jug. And Tide is gonna hit level 3 shortly as well.
Missing top.
Meanwhile, we see a smoke rotation coming out from Oracle as well as the Potem. And the OD is actually quite out of position. Going all the way and getting hit like 3 times by the tower. This time we have the double stun combo going off perfectly. And Tinker coming in with a laser just to get the first blood. And Tinker can now actually take the rune because no one's gonna be there to take it. No one's gonna be there to contest. And that's gonna be extremely beneficial for the Tinker because she doesn't need to go home to heal. And that would just give her more EXP with this wave of creeps here.
Missing top.
OD is forced to TP back out. And continues going very aggressively, standing on top of the opponent's hill.
Little is missing.
Level 5 versus level 4. It is quite obvious that... Okay, well, Tinker just made it to level 5. But it's quite obvious that OD was managing to control the Tinker quite well before this. And in the top lane, surprisingly we do see a kill on the Enchantress. So I'm sorry I missed that. But I did see that the heal was on.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So it must have been quite a long drawn out chase before they finally managed to take down the Enchantress.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Missing top.
Level 5 on a tri-lane carry versus 2 level 2s on the duo off. This is not a lane that is going well. If you do a duo off lane, you cannot afford to die because that will give the tri-lane way too much. Just way too much. And this tri-lane has even managed to rotate out to mid to get a kill on the OD. So the top should kind of just abandon being duo right now and move off somewhere. The Enchantress could go and forest, get more EXP, and leave the Ogre to suffer for a bit.
Little is missing.
But it's quite obvious that this dual lane is not working out. In the bottom, however, we have a level 4 Tide
Little is missing.
with 800 gold, which is actually not bad. So Tide still manages to consistently place somewhere in the middle of the net worth chart. Which is, I guess, why they always pick Tide for her.
Little is missing.
In the top lane, you can see the tri-lane shuttling the duo off back to their tower. And the stun combo, once again, not having the desired effect, but it does kind of chase them back further. Enchantress is dealing a lot of damage on the Potem, and the double stun combo takes down the enchant. Now the Ogre is being focused on level 3 with, well, no items except boots and windlace, which just gives movement speed. Doesn't really do enough for you to
Radiant's
survive
top tower is
against
under attack.
the lifestealer slow as well as 2 stuns. Enchantress TP's back out. Level 2, just turning level 3.
Middle is missing.
And the 2 supports have time to rotate or pull creep, whichever they decide is more effective for them right now. Simply because top
Missing top.
is winning by so much. On the other hand, however, the Jug is having quite a good time bottom. And the AA is level 5. So once the AA gets 6, that's gonna be
Missing
quite a
top.
game changer. The combo together with OD and the long range damage that can deal, in addition to chilling touch, it's gonna work quite well if the combos manage to hit. So Jug and AA, after trying to siege the tower, forced to use healing ward, and we see the Potem rotating to the bottom lane as well. But at the same time, we have an Ogre who has decided to come and join and be a tri-laner after being duo for 9 minutes.
Dire's
So
bottom
arrow
tower
hits
is
the
under
Jug,
attack.
and Potem doesn't manage to back off before the Jug gets off her ultimate, and Jug is taken down with a rotation of Lifestealer. Tide is level 6 now, probably going to be looking for the Ravage, and AA and Ogre are trying to head off as fast as they can. The Tide's actually in range now for Ravage, manages to catch the Ogre. The AA, on the other hand, manages to miss the Ravage and runs into the trees.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tinker gets bottom rune while OD gets the top rune. Level 8 OD versus a level 7 Tinker. So we see the distance once again pulling apart. OD, even with getting ganked once, is still at higher net worth than the Tinker. And in the bottom lane, I think GG were thinking about it, considering going for the 2, but a Lifestealer decided to go top to get some farm, since the lane is more or less free.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Enchantress trying to do a pull. So she doesn't have enchant, which is a pity, because these creeps here
Dire's bottom tower
are really
has
good
fallen.
to enchant.
Radiant's top tower is
Meanwhile, the
under
bottom
attack.
lane, Jug and Ogre are pushing quite aggressively,
Dire's bottom
and
tower is under
they are
attack.
going on second tower.
Dire's structures are
We're gonna
fortified.
see
Dire's
2
bottom
supports,
tower is under attack.
Mirana as well as Oracle, head up to the lane. Tide comes in as well, but it's just a bit too late. Or, well, I guess they circled in the wrong way. And the 2 Radiant heroes managed to run off. Meanwhile, in the middle,
Dire's
Tinker
middle
is taken
tower
down
is
by a
under
combo between the AA and the OD. And it looks like FourZeroZone is heading up top to go for the tower, because they know that Lifestealer is the only hero right here now. And Lifestealer has to rage, and TP manages to make it out even though Jug used
Dire's
ulti.
top tower is under attack.
However, this leaves the tower unprotected and it will go down.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So the
Radiant's bottom
EXP
tower is
and
under attack.
net worth graph are both in FourZeroZ's favor right now.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But it's still at a stage of the game
Radiant's
where
bottom tower is under
it
attack.
doesn't make that much of a difference yet.
Radiant's bottom tower
Not
has fallen.
yet. BOT on the Tinker. And OD comes in with an Astral on the Tinker. Olga doesn't have any mana to follow up. And with the Tide TPing in, even though she has no mana, it's enough to drive them back. So we do have the AA coming in as well. And here we have the AA comboing with the OD. Ice Blast together with Astral and Arcane Op hits.
Dire's middle
Just
tower
not enough
is under
damage
attack.
to take down the Tide Hunter yet. And in the top, Lifestealer is focusing on farming. Has an armlet right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Tide is close to a mecha. It's gonna help in team fights quite a bit, but it's gonna be... well, the effectiveness is gonna be limited by Ice Blast if that hits. And we do see a smoke gang coming out, OD coming out from the back with Ice Blast that's gonna miss. And their forces are now separated. Moonlight Shadow is gonna help them remain undetected while they hit Tide Hunter's Ravage coming in, hitting 3 heroes. OD manages to make it away.
Radiant's
And we also have the AA running away with very little HP, but the Jug does go down. And I think they're gonna be pretty happy with getting that Jug kill, because I believe Jug is,
Radiant's top tower
well,
is under attack.
Jug is level, let me see. Jug is level 9. Okay, well I guess it's not super high. I kind of thought the Jug was closer to the OD's level, which is 11. But they're gonna be happy about getting that kill nonetheless, because Jug is a core.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they're gonna be able to push the tower a little bit. We have a quick BOT up of the Tinker. She sees the opportunity to split the forces, because if she pushes top, that means that they either have to defend or she can come and try and chip away at the tower a little bit. And if they decide to go on mid, she can just TP home and
Radiant's top tower is
TP
under
back out
attack.
mid to help her team.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So in the bottom lane, Jug is thinking about it. Jug has his ultimate up, just going in a spin, but the timing is not right. The creeps are there, so the jumps would not have hit, and the damage from the ulti would not have been that effective. So he just chooses to hold on to the ulti for now. Tide Hunter's Ravage up in more than half a minute. They are probably not gonna pick a fight yet. And Mirana's ulti also gonna be up soon. So it's gonna be likely that we see a combo when they go for an engage.
Illusion.
So the ogre's gonna walk up onto the hill into 3 enemy heroes, and we have the double stun combo coming out. And Purifying Flames, and down goes the ogre.
Then
So here we have GG trying again to get a combo out. If I'm not wrong, the Tide is spotted because she's just under the tower. So 4 staff up on the OD means that the OD has a lot of mobility, can go forward and catch, can astral people, can run away, but at the same time it gives extra intelligence and damage. So Tide still has Ravage, thinking about it, decides to just let it go, and Ice Blast just missing by a little bit. OD turning around back in, tries to take out the Tide. Tide does end up dying, but at the same time Ogre is taken down. Now the Oracle is being focused on, and is taken out by Enchantress with that long range hit. Lifestealer Potem managed to make it away, and the bottom lane has been pushed out by the Tinker, which forces the Jug back to come and defend the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's do a quick item check. Tinker picks up the dagger. Mecha comes out on the Tide. We have a point booster here on the POTM. Jug has a Yasha. Ogre still doesn't have anything yet, but has Dust. So it's a very good thing to be disciplined in carrying Dust when you are against Invis heroes, or heroes that can go Invis. And you should get it early. You shouldn't wait until you have to learn the lesson before you get it. You should just get it straight away. Hurricane Pike comes out on the OD. And the Ogre is behind, just bloodlusting the OD up. Similarly, we have the Oracle sitting by the Lifestealer, just babysitting and making sure that the core gets everything that the core can get. I think I'm doing a good job of clearing out the lanes. So Ravage and Moonlight are up, and I think we're gonna see another pause because the OD just DC'd. So there we go. Let's take a look at EXP and gold. Both have gone down in favor of GG. So seeing the peak there and then this slant is never good news for the other team. And the OD has reconnected. Dessel up on the Nyx now.
For my master.
So we see Roshan being taken. Heroes still don't have that much damage right now, so it is taking quite a long time. Fortunately for them, they have a Tide to tank it up, and the Ice Blast coming in should probably abort that Rosh attempt. AA is taken down by the Tinker, and we have a Dust coming out that just doesn't manage to catch the heroes because GG has decided to back off rather than use the Moonlight Shadow to engage. I think FourZeroZ are thinking about going for the Roshan. However, GG is coming back in with an infested Tidehunter. And on the other end, Potam has managed to leap and arrow the Enchantress but has gotten absorbed in the meantime. And Ravage coming out manages to hit quite a lot of the heroes but doesn't manage to get the Jug while the Jug is spinning. Potam dies and OD is now chasing down the remnants of dire heroes. And we have a team wipe right now. The trade for just one Enchantress is pretty worth it. I don't think GG can stop this Rosh takedown right now. So they're dealing quite a lot more damage faster than GG. So the Olga just walking up and planting a ward because she knows that the heroes just spawned, probably wouldn't have had time to come out yet, and that they weren't probably gonna defend Roshan, so that gave her the space to quickly dump a ward there. And now FourZeroZ pressing their advantage. Arrow comes off, but healing ward is up, so Jug's not really gonna care about that very much. Additionally, Jug has the Aegis. And the AA's Ice Blast just coming out a bit too early. Not managing to hit anything because it was cast from such a close range. I feel she's a little bit hasty in letting the Ice Blast go. It's very tempting to use Ice Blast frequently as soon as it cools down, simply because it costs so little mana and it cools down so fast. But in that timing when it's cooling down, you could miss a wonderful opportunity for a very good team engage. Tinka has Avalanche. And Dragonlance up on the Enchantress. Battle Fury completed on the Jug, and we see the OD has picked up a Mystic Staff and comes in on the Oracle. The AA has a nice long range ulti which does manage to hit the Oracle. Oracle TP's out now together with a Lifestealer, and they don't manage to get the kill even though Jug's still looking for them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Potam is farming up a Scepter, Aghanim's Scepter. And Tide has a dagger right now. So this is gonna help the engages. And Tide can now be an effective carry for the Knights. Okay, Vessel for the Knights. Just to avoid confusion. A smoke rotation coming out of GG, but they aren't gonna find anyone because all the FourZeroZ girls have gone top. Jug has picked up a BKB and dispels the smoke. And Ravage is now wasted the Jug manages to escape that. And we have the Tide eating the entire ultimate of Jug and manages to TP out, and we have all the heroes from GG just TPing out and just getting out of there as fast as they can. So that didn't go as well as they hoped it would.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That actually escalated quite
Radiant's
quickly.
top tower
And we
under
have
attack.
Shiva as well on
Dire's
the
bottom
OD
tower
that's
is
completed.
under attack.
Ogre is going for an Everlance.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
We will probably see the Arcane Boots dismantled to complete that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Enchant is top alone.
Dire's bottom tower.
So actually GG does know that they could try and engage because they have the numbers. And Potom coming in from the back, the Ogre should have seen that stutter step. But she still continues walking in. The AA's ultimate comes in, not hitting anything, and the Potom manages to run away from the Jug who was chasing her. Meanwhile, AA is taken down at the back by Lifestealer as well as the Tide Hunter, and Ogre makes it away with drop of HP. Tinker almost has Scepter. It's gonna deal a lot of damage once she picks that up. GG have got to be quite happy with the engage, managing to take down the OD in that fight. Still a quick KDA check. So both teams stand at 13-13 right now. But we have the 2 cores from FourZeroZ with 4 kills each, and the Jug has also got a very respectable 8 assists. Whereas on GG's side, Lifestealer also isn't doing too badly, 317, and Tide is leading with 4 kills, whereas Potom has the most assists. Now we are seeing the teams group up again on opposite sides of the map.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's like they had this arrangement beforehand. Let's try to keep our own personal spaces. Oh my goodness, so the Tide Hunter manages to catch the back line. However, it's gonna be very difficult for them to take down the Jug, which is BK beat. And somehow they're still visible. Tide Hunter is taken down. Oracle doesn't manage to do enough healing to herself. And luckily, Lifestealer managed to get out though. We also have Potom keeping out from the back of the 5 heroes of FourZeroZ. And the Tinker counter pushing in the lane just to cut the creep wave and ensure that FourZeroZ cannot go into base. However, FourZeroZ look like they are gonna go for the mid tower, which has 200 HP.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But I don't think it is likely they can continue to push because all the heroes from GG have spawned. So Roshan is still not out yet. Let's do an item check. Tinker with the scepter. Potom still short 1 item for scepter. Lifestealer has Echo Saver and 1.4k. OD has picked up a gem. And Enchantress, not too sure what she's going for, just picked up an Ogre Club, maybe a Scepter as well. And Jug has been using the items very well and timing the Ravagers very well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And in the back we have the AA with a 4-staff, just standing back, looking for the opportunity to land a good Ice Blast. So I'm guessing the Lifestealer would be going for Abyssal eventually. It comes in on the OD. OD Astros himself, herself, and the stun from... Wow. So, sorry I'm a bit slow there. The stun from the Oracle actually doesn't manage to do very much, but the Tide coming in from the back manages to clear the OD out. So they've invested a lot on that OD kill. And right now, if FourZeroZone choose to jump GG, they don't really have any power to break the engagement, except maybe if the Tinker comes in. Arrow just barely missing the backline, and the smoke will be broken as the heroes move up. Enchantress gets engaged on, but the Jug just pops out from the trees and pushes them back. And we see Lifestealer TPing out because she knows there's no point staying anymore. Ravage is down. Moonlight Shadow's down.
Missing bottom.
And they've just scouted that Roshan is out. So they're gonna need to protect the bottom rune area. They're gonna need to keep their sight there. They're gonna need to ensure that Roshan isn't sneaked under their noses. Because it's gonna be very difficult for them if the OD gets the Aegis. This is an Aegis that they probably do not want to give up. And we do see them fighting for vision control over in this area and checking to make sure that FourZeroZone did not sneak in. Meanwhile, however, FourZeroZone is still skulking around nearby, and this ward here is giving GG a lot of information as to the whereabouts of the team. Jug now has a dagger and Manta. And a DD. Look at the damage, 1000 crit. Now, I'm not sure if we're gonna see a repeat telecast of the Roshan fight, but I'm pretty sure FourZeroZone knows. They know because there's no one on the map, and they know that Roshan is out, and they know that that was where they were last seen. So GG, not wanting to risk it, they've just backed off a bit, but still they're unwilling to give it up totally, and they are actually wasting quite a lot of their farming time just hanging around, waiting. So arrow coming out just to scout. And Potem with the scepter, manages to clear creeps very easily. So meanwhile, they know very well that FourZeroZ have gone into the Rosh pit and they are at it. But there's nothing much they can do because the damage output from FourZeroZ is just that high. We have the Ogre picking up the Aegis. So I'm not sure if that was accidental or intentional, but the OD could have dropped 2 items and I think that was a missed 4 star. I'm not too sure because the 4 stuff came out with the Shivas. And the backline Ancient Apparition is taken out, but that costs GG a Ravage. And I'm not sure if that's worth it. Ogre still carries the Aegis, so it was really just 1 kill. I'm not sure if there was really an aim to that. So as predicted, we're probably gonna see an Abyssal on the Nikes, Lifestealer. It's been taking a while. And we see the Jug is the highest net worth. Lifestealer stands at 4, below Tinker, Jug and OD. And Tide still midway on the net worth chart. Very consistent, I must say, this Tide. Meanwhile, mid is being pushed up. We see the Jug has picked up an Eagle Song. And arrow coming in to scout gives away the Potem's position and she has to leap away because the Jug has come in with dagger and would have just cast ultimate just to take the Potem out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So they do not manage to defend their tier 3. And with Ravage down, Ravage was used to take out just 1 solo AA previously down the middle.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The Lifestealer comes out aggressively and the focus is on Tidehunter. 2 heroes go down in that. And we have the Lifestealer running for her life. Well, she does make it out, but the 2 Rexes in the middle are definitely gonna go down. Let's take a quick look at the EXP and XP. Both are in FourZeroZ's favor. And Ogre's Aegis gets used. And she's gonna be taken down twice in a row. Meanwhile, FourZeroZ backs off as fast as they can. And Tinker moves down the bottom lane to push because she knows that FourZeroZ is still backing off from middle, so there's no way that they could have gotten here so quickly, especially since they still have sight. Another DD for the Jug. So just taking a look at the items once again. Tide on the Tide. We're gonna have a Hex soon for the Tinker. And Ghost Scepter. inside a bank slot. Junk has a butterfly completed. He blinks in and all his bounces land mostly on the Lifestealer. Lifestealer infests and they use Moonlight Shadow and back off. So with the junk leading like that, not sure if that's the best way to engage, because now they can just reset and start defending again, especially with the Tinker's March. So I think the junk was banking on killing maybe 1 or 2 supports, but unfortunately all the bounces landed on the very big Lifestealer. Ravage coming in on point once again. Manages to take out the junk and Ogre. And the Enchantress also goes down. OD forced to back off together with the AA. And the AA is caught out. The Hex found the Tinker just repeatedly hexing the AA. And she goes down quite quickly. OD on the other hand is the only survivor right now. Items, well, picked up a BKB since we last noticed and still has 2.3k. I believe the hero should actually have buybacks. Well, yeah. But, well, not everyone has. And I guess they'll be holding on to it for a better buyback timing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So this gives GG opportunity to push bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But they choose to back off. Because only the junk isn't out. There isn't enough time for them to take down one set of Rex. They just don't have damage output right now. Abyssal is up on the Nyx, but it's hard for the Nyx because Nyx just keeps getting kited. So although the Nyx
Missing bottom.
has damage, it's hard for her to just hit and take down heroes.
Regeneration.
And GG backs off quickly. And that was a good back timing because they would have gotten jumped very soon otherwise. So grouping up again. 5 heroes bottom with the junk leading the way.
Dire's
Hyperstone
bottom tower
picked
is
up
under attack.
for the OD. So I really hope the junk doesn't jump in and just does the ulti again unless she manages to see the right heroes in range. And that's not gonna work out very well. 2 BKBs used for a failed engage attempt. The good thing is, however, that they've kept the ultimates on them without using it, and Ravage comes out taking down the Ogre. Ultimate now from the junk bouncing and takes out the support players, which is, I guess, what she has been hoping for. Sanity's Eclipse not managing to deal enough damage to take down any more GG heroes. Aggressive 4-star forward. However, OD gets stunned up by the Lifestealer's hits and is taken down. Meanwhile, the Rexes are being cleared. The range barracks is left with 130 HP, while mid pushes in together with the Jug.
Dire's middle barracks are
So
under
there
attack.
goes
Middle barracks
the
are
mid
falling.
Rex, while the Jug TPs away just in time, right before the Tinker can get a hex off. And Jug just right clicks and takes down the Mirana. Abyssal is used by the Lifestealer. In a 4v1 situation, I guess that was one of the better situations that the Jug could have hoped for. Hyperstone picked up on the Enchantress as well. It's like Hyperstone play. And Tidehunter's items look like they've been stuck a little. I guess her Ravages this game have not been as effective as they were in the previous game, with Jug managing to escape a lot of the solo Ravages by a well-timed skill 1 or BKB. Tinker has BOT 2, Dagon, Ghost Scepter, Scythe of Ice, Avalanche. Meanwhile, this Rosh is going slowly but steadily. But I think they've finally realized that, you know, hey, if we want to take a Rosh and we want to take it sneakily without getting spotted, we need our other teammates to show on the map. Tide's gonna take the cheese as the Potom pushes out mid. Meanwhile, FourZeroZone is gathering top.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And we have a sentry coming out just to make sure that GG doesn't try to come in with a Moonlight Shadow. And that was a very, very, very obvious op plan. I guess the only thing that came out of that is they forced the Potom to use the sentry. So this BOT now up on the Jug means that you can split push and can basically shadow the Tinker around and catch the Tinker.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So we are having some kind of split going on.
Dire's bottom barracks.
3 heroes from FourZeroZone are hanging around mid-bottom, while we have the Jug going in on another lane. And this is forcing a movement from GG that is not ideal. So when they go down, because they need to fight as 5, then we have Jug pushing in top, and Ravage hits 3 heroes. However, BKB up from the OD removes any more magic damage. Potom goes down, and we have Lifestealer being focused on. However, Lifestealer infects and comes out and manages to take down the OD. Meanwhile, the Jug behind is taken out by a combination of effort. And this is now GG's chance. They need to push back out. They need to take down Rexus. But that's gonna be so difficult to do because the AA can just anti-push like that. And the AA is gonna be able to do that in half a minute more. AC is up on the Lifestealer. It gives them extra damage, extra attack
Radiant's
speed.
middle tower is under attack.
But already half the countdown timer has gone off the two heroes, and they've only managed to take tier 2 tower. So Type coming in aggressively, kind of like saying, hit me, just hit me. We have the A ultimate, just barely missing all three.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And the glyph just forces GG to back off because OD is out. Jug is out in, well, few 20 seconds. And so FourZeroZ managed to defend. Moonshot on the OD. Check out that attack speed. And it's just gonna take one more push, take down the last Rex. And a nice engage. And towers are gonna fall very quickly. And the throw will follow suit. So you can see the command coming out to go for top. Rotate top. Everyone, rotate top. Let's go. Clash top. And the scan, the well-timed scan coming out. However, oh my goodness. So once again, the Ravage being forced on the Jug, and the Jug manages to back off with all the spell immune. Manages to escape everything by using ultimate, and it's GG on the back foot. I believe if they lose this engage, they're probably gonna call it, because I don't see how they're gonna defend against that when they only have one more Rex left. Wow, Life Stealer coming out at a very opportune time. And let's see how much damage that one Life Stealer can do. So much damage coming out from the Jug, but she does manage to do quite a good job in taking down 3 of FourZeroZ's heroes. Immediate buyout coming out. But I really don't see how one Life Stealer is going to defend against this. The Manta is proving to be very troublesome, and then we have Mega Creeps.
Now have mega creeps.
Mid is pushing in, bottom is pushing in. It's just too much to defend and too few heroes to defend. So it does seem like GG is still trying to hang on to this game.
I'll take that as tribute.
I'm not sure what plan they have in mind, because even if they go down mid and take out all FourZeroZ's heroes, they still don't have the damage to Rex fast enough. Whereas if you take a look at FourZeroZ's heroes, they scale very well with game time. Even Blood Dawn on the Jug, Lotus on the Ogre, and the OD has picked up a Ghost Scepter for the Nikes, I believe. AA is now going for an Arganims. And Enchantress herself can also deal a great amount of damage. So we do see the Jug coming in once again with the offensive blink and ultimate. Meanwhile, OD has been forced to back off with a Lotus Orb on her, and Moonlight Shadow being used. Totem one hit away. Nyx tries to go back in. Nyx has no HP, has to back off and heal up. Astro coming in on the Oracle. And Oracle dies. Ogre just out of position there. And we have the OD coming back in, focusing. Nyx, a stun and Abyssal goes off on the OD. And amazingly, GG managed to hold this. Only the jump manages to make it away alive. But even so, defending is, well, I wouldn't say easy, but defending is easier because they have a Tinker. But going on the offensive is a totally different story altogether, especially since they'll be fighting against Mega Creeps. So to me, this is just gonna be a war of attrition. FourZeroZone can just repeatedly throw themselves against this tower, throw themselves repeatedly against the throne. You can just do it like maybe a few more times until it's low enough to fall. And GG's gonna be forced into this base, they have to stay there. And I don't think they can do anything if FourZeroZone take the Roshan, which I'm very sure they're gonna check. There we have it. So GG know that they're taking Roshan and they have a Moonlight Shadow that's up. However, there is a sentry that is gonna spot them out. And they know that. And there's just way too much damage. The Aegis is taken. Ravage just comes in a little bit too late. Refresher Ravage coming out. And we have OD being taken down, but that's just the first death for the OD. There's still a second one with the Aegis. And we have Sanity's Eclipse coming out, which takes out Mirana. And even the Enchantress is dealing so much damage at the back. An Oracle forced to back off. However, they are still giving chase because they know that there's only a short amount of time that the cloak can keep her invis, and suddenly, victory. So, we have a 1-1 draw between FourZeroZone and GG. And that's it from me tonight. Forecast. Thank you for being here.